For 35 days, the leaders have crisscrossed the nation selling their policies. Keeping them company, they've had an army of staff and journalists, making it one of the most expensive campaigns in history. The ABC has had reporters on the trail from the start, capturing the key moments and the big policy announcements of the 2010 campaign.
He promised real action, he delivered an action real. Tony Abbott never stood still. He sped through marginals as he sped through policy announcements, shoveling promises voters' way. His purpose was clear from the earliest days.
We stopped the new taxes and we stopped the boats.
It didn't change from there to launch day, where he launched into Labor over its leadership upheaval.
It's time to end this soap opera and to give Australia back a grown-up government.
In the campaign and the days before, the coalition put out about 40 new policies worth $38 billion. Among the biggest, health,
I wish you could vote,
education rebates and paid parental leave.
Four girls. I only managed 3.
A pledge to stop the mining tax took him inland. A pledge to stop the boats took him offshore.
the power seat, eh?
Again and again.
I don't want to get ahead of myself by sitting in the top chair for too long.
He trawled the coast from south...
As you can see, big game fishing is not really my gig.
...to north. He gutted a coalition policy of old...
You can frame that. Work choices. Dead, buried, cremated.
And he cut loose a rogue candidate with anti-Muslim views.
I love Tony Abbott.
He's gone.
More than 70 electorate visits in 5 weeks inevitably invited interference.
Tony, we've got your policy briefs here, Dion.
Tony, you like the cut of mosquitoes, Tony?
I just thought he could work on his six-pack, frankly.
Mr Abbott didn't campaign solo. Help was at hand from his daughters, his wife, his deputy.
Only a mother could love this.
And his mentor.
I'm just around to help.
So, after 35 days and a non-stop final 36 hours, the question is it enough?
Don't hit me short!
Very impressive.
Tony Abbott's finishing as he began. Full tilt, full action. He's a politician who revels in a contest, and he's sure given one to Julia Gillard. Dana Robertson takes up the campaign story from the Prime Minister's media pack.
Her campaign was less physical than Tony Abbott's, but no less committed. With more than 60 stops in 35 days, Julia Gillard left nothing to chance, even when the leakers and former leaders conspired against her.
You look so beautiful. You are.
She had appealed to voters, female, male, old and young.
And you are sweet.
She was a regular at the shops and a fixture in the factories.
Whoops. Oh, lost my shoe.
Can I put your shoe on?
Oh, thank you.
But the affection was not infectious. Disorderly behaviour broke out there and much closer to home.
Of course I'm angry.
The leaks pointed to a toxic hangover from the Rudd era.
I wondered, Prime Minister, if you thought it might prove wise that you knifed the Queenslander.
Kevin Rudd was back.
Little guy up the back there, yeah.
And single-handedly destabilising the Labor campaign. The gloss was coming off. The campaign rulebook was ripped up.
Whilst that campaign has given people glimpses of the real Julia Gillard, I want to make sure in this campaign every Australian gets the ability to see on display what I believe in.
It became a turning point. Kevin Rudd went to hospital, and when he came back, they all moved forward.
These have all got significant injections under our policy.
The focus shifted back onto policy. Big ones like broadband,
1, 2, 3, push.
Health and education. She took a review of her school stimulus scheme in her stride, but this stopped Julia Gillard in her tracks.
Julia!
Hello, how are you?
Small morsels gave way to bigger spending commitments in the countdown to Labor's official launch.
Julia Gillard!
It was starkly no frills, but with hints of optimism.
Yes, we will.
The Prime Minister's mother, father and partner Tim brought a personal touch. And if it goes as she hopes, they'll both be in the lodge. The prize she wants for a place in history as Australia's first elected female Prime Minister.